Hello, friends. Welcome into the Cowboys Report presented by FanDuel. I am your host, Tom Downey. The Cowboys have made their initial 53-man roster cuts, and there were quite a few surprises headlined by the release of Dan Bailey. I'm not kidding. Dan Bailey is gone and moved, and made everyone go, wait, what? Brett Maher is now your starting kicker for the Dallas Cowboys. I am completely stunned by this. The rest of the punter, Chris Jones and LP, are still there. But if you had told me this even this morning, that Dan Bailey was going to be cut, I would have given this fake news, because I thought there was no way the Cowboys were going to cut a healthy Dan Bailey, at least as far as we know, unless there's something else going on, then maybe that's the problem, who is the second most accurate kicker in NFL history for Brett Maher. They didn't even get John. They got Brett. Dan Bailey has been cut. I am completely stunned by it. I don't think the Cowboys should have done it. Yeah, they saved $3.4 million in cap space, but my number one fear right now is that what's going to happen, let's say week 5 or whatever, they don't have Dan Bailey. Brett Maher comes out for a 44-yard field goal, and he slices it to the right. That's my fear, is that the Cowboys, because they cut Dan Bailey, are going to cost themselves a win. I am completely stunned by it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. I'm typing in N for no. Dallas should not have cut Dan Bailey. All right, on to the rest of the Cowboys roster with the initial 53-man roster revealed. Cowboys are going with 3 quarterbacks, and you see that note on your screen, for now. I think for now does kind of matter a little bit here, because the Cowboys, I fully expect to make a couple other moves here. We'll get to some other spots that make sense, but the Cowboys took 3 quarterbacks. Maybe a player that they want to add results in them cutting Mike White. But for now, Dak is your number 1, of course. Rush is your number 2. And Mike White is your number 3 quarterback. Another little mini surprise, and this is actually something I kind of hinted at on Twitter before today that I thought could happen. The Cowboys cut both Darius Jackson and Bo Scarborough. So as of right now, they've got 2 running backs and 1 fullback in Jameis Olawale. I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas claimed somebody else. One guy to watch out for in particular, Donnell Pumphrey. Dallas wanted him last year in round 4. They got sniped by the Eagles 1 pick before and ended up settling for Ryan Switzer, who, of course, is now on the Pittsburgh Steelers after another trade. All right, on to the receivers and some more surprises here. No Lance Lenore, but Dallas also cut Deontay Thompson. Now, they have Noah Brown on the roster. You see the asterisk there of him being injured. I wouldn't be surprised if, even though Brown made it to the initial roster cuts, Dallas puts him on IR after this week, or after today and tomorrow or Monday. So keep an eye on Noah Brown. Dallas could go claim somebody else, or maybe they just roll with Brown if he gets healthy soon, or go with only 5 receivers instead. Folks, today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. Do you want $20 free to play with on FanDuel? Head to FanDuel.com/chatsports. If you put in $5, you'll get $20 free to play with your first deposit. That's FanDuel.com/chatsports. All right, on to tight end now, and, well, there's a change. Rico Gathers did indeed make the roster, which I did not think was going to happen, and I definitely thought it was not going to happen when he got arrested Friday night. So if you missed it on Twitter this morning, Rico Gathers was on the bubble entering today, and then last night around 10 p.m. got himself arrested for marijuana possession. I'm kind of surprised the Cowboys cut Rico after that. Now, the comments from Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones earlier this week kind of made it seem like maybe they would keep Rico, but I was rather surprised that the Cowboys, after a marijuana arrest, elected to keep Rico Gathers. Now, we'll add the for now asterisk. Dallas could elect to try and cut somebody after that, or cut Rico and add somebody else instead. But I was rather surprised that the Cowboys kept Rico Gathers. But let me know what you guys think. Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Are you surprised that Rico made the roster? I'm kind of glad he did, as long as the marijuana issue is not going to be a concern for him going forward, because, well, you don't need more of that right now if you're the Dallas Cowboys. All right, on to the offensive line, and actually very few surprises here. Now, we mentioned on our Cowboys watch party that Parker Enger was traded for. He's going to be, I think, one of your top offensive linemen. Frederick could be another IR candidate, depending on when he comes back from his Guillain-Barré syndrome. So you could see Dallas add another lineman if they like someone who got cut. But as of right now, those are your 9 offensive linemen. Smith, Sewell, Joe Looney / Frederick once Frederick gets healthy, Zach Martin, La'el Collins, then Cam Fleming, Kadeem Edwards, and, of course, Enger, who we mentioned earlier, came over in a trade with the Kansas City Chiefs. Folks, if you like what I'm wearing, you can get one too. Go to comfortable.af for your own Mizzen and Main shirt. It is the best damn dress shirt out there. You will not own a more comfortable shirt, be it a t-shirt or a dress shirt, than a Mizzen and Main one. All right, to defensive line now is A couple notes here. Dayton Jones currently battling his own little injury problem there. For Jones, he could also be an IR candidate. Now, Malik Collins, well, should be okay for week 1. Daniel Ross made the roster. So what I think you could see happen here, even though this is the initial 53-man list, is that Jones and Ross, when we get to week 5 or whatever, they might not be on the roster. You could see Dallas cut Ross to sign a different corner potentially, or a safety, because the Cowboys need defensive back depth right now. And then, assuming David Irving comes back, who does not count against the 53-man roster right now, you could see Ross get cut, or you could see Jones be moved to IR. So keep an eye out for that. Jones and Ross make the roster over, by the way, Jihad Ward, Coney Ely, and Charles Tapper. Jihad Ward traded for Ryan Switzer. That trade seemed to not work out for either player. And oh, by the way, Tapper could be a practice squad option for the Cowboys if he gets through the waiver wire cut process. All right, linebackers. Dallas actually went with 7. I was kind of surprised with that. I thought they were going to cut Chris Covington. They chose to keep him instead. The top 6 was not a surprise. Damian Wilson, LVE, Joe Thomas, Jalen Smith, Sean Lee, and Justin Marsh-Lillard. But keeping Covington was a little bit of a surprise, but I thought Dallas might try to put him on the practice squad instead. Now to a spot that I promise you will not look the same once we get to week 1 of the NFL season. Xavier Woods is currently injured. The Cowboys have Kevon Frazier, Jeff Heath, and Tyree Robinson. They only kept 4 cornerbacks. I don't think there's any way Dallas goes into week 1 of the season with 8 defensive backs. That is a recipe for disaster. I think you'll see Dallas maybe claim a cornerback and/or, probably the and part, claim a safety or 2 as well. You can't have undrafted rookie Tyree Robinson being your top available backup with Xavier Woods likely out for week 1. So with that in mind, folks, what players cut by other teams do you want Dallas to sign? If you have some people in mind, let me know in the comments section. I'll be sure to respond to them as well. I keep out for one guy in offense, Donnell Pumphrey. I know that the Cowboys liked him last year. I don't think their mindset has changed that much since in roughly a full season. We will see you guys on Tuesday for our next Cowboys Report.